James Wallace, this fantastic wine is next. It's from the producer Château Fonbadet. It is Cru Bourgeois. This is a wine that is coming from the Pauillac in Bordeaux. Stay tuned, and I'll tell you more about this wine. So many times I'm really trying to taste more French wines, and over time it's been happening. So 5 years ago, let me rewind, I would say that I was getting very few. I have my wish list every year that I publish, and so I've really been honing in on tasting more French wines. Really excited to taste wines from France because it is still an amazing country, and not that it's never not been an amazing country for wines and food and fashion and so much more, but I think it's a really beautiful, gorgeous expression of Bordeaux. I've been a fan of Pauillac for so long. It's not to pit one region against another, but you can look in some regions in the New World, for example, and say, wow, the Cabernets are really expensive. And you can look to the Old World, Bordeaux, and yes, there's some very expensive bottles of Bordeaux wines, but you can find some very remarkably priced, high quality produced wines like this right here. I think it's a really exciting thing. 3 questions I get often about wine are alcohol point, where can I get the wine, and pricing. And so that's a really paramount concern for a lot of people. And so I think people do calibrate along the week, say lesser expensive wines if they're having wine every single day for dinner. So people do change out wines during a given week. So Monday through say Thursday wines or Wednesday wines are very different from Thursday through Sunday wines, right? You might be the exception to that. Maybe you drink expensive wines every single day, or super premium wines, but maybe you drink lesser expensive, 7 days a week. Everybody has their own budgets, and everybody has their, what they really want to prefer in terms of their wine tasting table. But for me, I think Bordeaux still has it. Pauillac is stellar. I'll put them up right here of Pauillac, so you know where this region is. And it's a great capture, a fantastic place to think about the Bordeaux varieties. Now, I get a lot of press information that comes through my desk all the time, and about how new grape varieties are being added to Bordeaux, but the Bordeaux central varieties of, say, Cabernet, Merlot, Malbec, Petit Verdot, Cabernet Franc are not going away. Yes, global warming is affecting wines across the planet, but it's also affecting them differently in every region. So it's not just a 1 + 1 is equal to 2. Certain regions on the planet, say Champagne would be a good one, where the region is not, changing so radically that it's going to be a vintage every single year. Though the Champenoise might like that or not. So these wines, I think, I'm grateful that they're still made in Bordeaux. And, I think it's a really harmonious, wonderful place that, you wonder how Cabernet Sauvignon and the Bordeaux varieties got here, but they found the right place. And ultimately, over time, what probably really happened was that the people who were growing the wine grapes really selected out those wine grapes that were not fitting for a variety of reasons, either yield or maybe it was, characteristic flavor. But there was other things that came through that wine grapes, like Cabernet Sauvignon, that were stars. So let me show you this bottle right here. So this is Château Fonbadet, Cru Bourgeois, Pauillac. So this is a 2016 vintage, 13% ABV. And back label for you to look at here. Certification here is saying that this is a Cru Bourgeois. So this is 60% Cabernet Sauvignon, 15% Cabernet Franc, 20% Merlot, 5% Petit Verdot. So this wine is vinified in thermo-regulated concrete vats. Now this spends up to 16 to 18 months in 50% new French oak. And the bottle price point is $39. I bring that out immediately because I think it's a fantastic price point for the quality wine that's in this glass right here. And so I think that's a remarkable thing, is I don't see a lot of $39 wines in, say, the Bordeaux varieties that I find to be that compelling. So that gives my point score. I did a pre-tasting, and the assessment on this wine is a 94-point wine out of 100 points. So these are coming from 3 different sites in Pauillac. So this producer site is really bordering some fantastic sites within the Pauillac, such as Mouton Rothschild, as well as Lynch Bage, Comtesse, Pichon Comtesse, as well as Château Latour. So I sing praises and accolades for this wine because it is a beautiful wine. So on this, I'm getting notation of blackberry, bit of cassis notes, forest floor suede, and red flower petals. And next, the palate characterization. Beautiful texture. The acid is just sterlingly gorgeous. And it's informing that, this is going to age for me for a while. I could put this in my cellar for 10 years and I think it's going to be fantastically gorgeous. Will it taste the way it does today? No, not necessarily. It's aged wine, but I think it's going to age remarkably well. So in this black cherry, red pepper notation, thyme, tarragon, and dried red rose petal, fantastic wine, great finesse, amazing quality to this wine, and an approachable price point. So 94 points out of 100 points. More information on this producer I'll list down below. Questions and comments can be listed there as well. Right up here, please hit this subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you've hit that button, thank you so much. So let's have a conversation. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and WordPress. Down below is also a place you can leave questions and comments. So thank you for watching today. I appreciate your support and seek out this wine. It is a glorious, gorgeous wine. So thank you again. Let's stay connected and we'll see you shortly, okay? Santé.